I'm Amelia, welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year, happy 2025, and with it I have started a little series for January of 25 things to save you money and improve your day-to-day life. As usual, I've got my list of course, and these are 25 things you are wasting your money on, in my humble opinion. And by stop doing a lot of the things that are on this list, you're going to save a huge amount of money in 2025 to help combat the cost of living crisis that we are going through. It's actually before Christmas, we are a couple of days away from Christmas as I film this, so I am doing a lovely Christmas jigsaw that I got from the charity shop, and I thought I'll do a bit more of a relaxed video. Let's see if I actually get any of the jigsaw done, because multitasking isn't always my strong point. My number one point, a lot of you are probably going to get a bit grumpy about, but it is car finance. If you are getting a car on finance, you are wasting your money on the interest on a depreciating asset. Cars are something you should save for and buy in cash. If you can't buy the car that you want, tough really. Often me and my husband buy older cars. Sometimes they've been cars that are over 10 years old. We buy them super cheap in cash, and we've honestly not really had any issues with second-hand cars. But most of the time you are buying cars on putting them on finance, you are only ever going to lose money on them. Cars are a depreciating asset. They are not like a house, they do not go up in value. If you want to save money, that is my biggest piece of advice, is to stop buying cars on finance, save up money, buy a £1,000 car. Our 107 Persia that we bought, we don't have it anymore. We sold that when we got pregnant with our third. We have a 8-year-old Seat Alhambra now. We bought that 10-year-old car. It had done, I think, about 80,000 miles, and we didn't have a single problem or single thing we had to fix in it within the, I think, 4 or 5 years that we had it. It was amazing. We still have a nearly 10-year-old Kia Picanto that we've had since we bought that secondhand in 2018, and it's a 16 reg, so it was only 2 years old when we bought it. Because it was a private seller, we took the risk. We often buy from private sellers and take the risk. We don't often buy it from car garages, but we bought it from a private seller. It had only done 8,000 miles, and we still have it now. It is nearly 10 years old, and I think we've done about 40,000 miles in it. So it is our second car. It's not something that we use all the time. Cars do not have to be new, and the interest that they pay on it, you are freeing up a huge amount monthly. I think they said the average car finance at the moment in the UK is about £500 a month, which just blows my mind. Imagine paying for a car in cash and freeing up £500 a month. And if you want a better car, then with that £500 a month that you would normally put on your finances, save it away, and at the end of the year you're going to have £6,000 that you can then put towards a better car if you would like to do that for a couple of years. At the end of the day, all cars do the basic same thing, where they drive you from one place to another. My number two, it goes hand in hand with cars. It is start a sinking fund for your car insurance and tax. Pay it in a lump sum rather than monthly. When you pay for your tax and your insurance monthly, it is more per month than if you pay a lump sum in one go. If you save up and make a sinking fund where you put away £50 a month as an example, then at the end of the year, insurance is due. You will have, let's say your insurance is £500, you've already got £600 in a sinking fund that you can pay for in cash, rather than getting it out monthly and paying more of a premium just because you're paying per month. You still are paying per month if you have a sinking fund. You're having that bit come out, so it's no different really, but it just means you're going to save money, guaranteed. Number three is one that I am very much guilty of. I love this, but it's home improvements. It seems like there is always a project to be done, and I am no exception. We bought a fixer-upper 5 years ago. We're currently in the process of looking to either do an extension or move. And it is really difficult when you see all the things wrong in your house. You just want to get them fixed, but they can wait. Often the times they are not necessary. I know people that completely redecorate internally in the house every couple of years. They repaint it all, sometimes get all new furniture, all new decor. Rein back the home improvements, or make a plan at the beginning of the year of what home improvements you want to do. And you can budget for that. I'm not saying don't do home improvements. Does it really need to be as much as you want it to be? It doesn't need to be as extreme. You want a new kitchen? Can your kitchen last you longer? Can you do a DIY home improvements? I have got a video linked down below of a under £200 DIY home improvement project that we did on our kitchen. We had a 20-year-old kitchen nearly, and we spent £200 just to keep it alive because we always knew that we are looking to extend or move, and we only spent £200 rather than buying a whole new kitchen for thousands of pounds. You can get smart with your home improvements. Number 4 are treats. Again, very guilty of this, and everyone is. The type of treats that you're getting don't need to be financial. So if you are someone that's like, I've done something, I'm going to reward myself with buying myself a bag or a chocolate bar, try to change that to something that's not physical. So I've done this, I'm going to reward myself by going for a little walk, having a break, reading a book, trying to get less materialistic with the items that you want to treat yourself with, and trying to think more internally of what will help you. It can be, I've had a really tough day, rather than buy myself a chocolate bar or a new pair of shoes or whatever it is that you tend to lean towards that you want to treat yourself with, say I'm going to make a really nice hot bath, have a self-care evening where I'm going to read a book and just take some me time. Changing the treats from physical items that we purchase to time and things to improve our mental health will help us in the long run and save us money. My number 5, no one likes it when I say this, but it is a real big one, is alcohol. I'm not necessarily against alcohol. We can drink it and we do drink it, but when you are drinking such a substantial amount of alcohol each day, each week, each month, you are just wasting so much money, and it's not good for your health. I'm not saying don't go out for a drink with your friends, not at all, but doesn't need to be as extreme as what you are doing. I worked at a pub for many years, and people would spend hundreds of pounds each week going out for drinks with their friends. Like, they would start up a tab, and by the end of the night, they would have £200 one night, just in one night, and they would come regularly. But in one night, they would spend about £200 just on alcohol. It's not good for us. It's ridiculously expensive. Number 6 is buying fizzy drinks. I am very much someone who just does drink water. I'm quite lucky because I do enjoy it. But when you are spending your money on fizzy drinks, you are only ever ruining your teeth, gaining extra calories, drinking things that are not good for you while spending a ton of money. If you can drink less or cut out fizzy drinks altogether, your health will improve and you will be saving money. And number 7, you can see that I'm on a theme here. My number 7 goes along with the alcohol and the fizzy drinks, which again, most people won't like, but trying to stop drinking, specifically takeout, but hot drinks. If you are a huge hot drink drinker and you go to get takeaway coffees, then the first step is to, where possible, try and stop getting your takeaway coffees and teas and drinking them and preparing them and investing and buy yourself a flask and bringing them drinks out with you. So first you'll start saving the money on that by not going for takeouts, but if you can cut out hot drinks altogether, specifically ones with caffeine in, then you're gonna, of course save money, but you're also gonna start to feel better. Wherever you look on the internet, there'll always be someone to tell you that what you're doing is the right thing. So this is just my opinion, and you can take it or leave it and do what you want, but if you wanna feel better, save money, and also improve your teeth, because tea and coffee stain your teeth. Look to try and cut out hot drinks altogether where possible. You will save money, you will feel a bit better. Eventually, you have to purge the caffeine first, but then you will start to feel better. And going along with all of those, my number 8 is going to restaurants and getting takeout. I get this, going out can be really, really lovely, but it is so expensive to go out and get takeouts. So if you really are someone who likes to go out for a meal, rather than going out once or twice a week or getting takeaway once or twice a week, try and limit it to twice a month. A way that you can it'll be easy for you to stop going out as much to eat or getting takeaways is to get better and more confident in the kitchen. We recently had my mother and father-in-law round for pizza, and we make all of our own pizzas at home. It's a sourdough crust. It is really lovely and it costs under £5. It's just the price of the cheese, really. That is the expensive part. They said it's the best pizza that they've nearly ever had. They gave it like a 9.5. Well, my father-in-law, who can be quite harsh with his views, but he said it was one of the best pizzas he'd ever had. And because we have perfected that, we do not ever, it is maybe once a year, if that, get takeaway pizzas. And often if we do get a takeaway pizza, it is because we're going out with friends and they are wanting it and we're out and about. It's so rare. I don't know if we even got one in last year. But before we learned to make pizzas, we would get takeaway pizza every week, without fail. And we'll save so much money. Pizza is an extreme amount of money for how cheap it is to make at home. But whatever your vice is, if you can learn to make a dupe at home that is nearly as good, but saves you 50 to 75% of the price, then it's just a no-brainer to me. Learning to cook, honestly, it is a huge game changer. This is why we very occasionally, once every couple of months, go out to eat or get takeaway, and it's often when we're going out with friends. Cooking at home has become so much easier because we know how to cook. My number 9 is stop buying meal kit boxes. On my phone, I have a huge list of all of the meals that I can make, including meals that take under 15 minutes. Often it's like a noodle dish, things that can come together quickly, so that on them days where I'm in a rush, I can whip them up really quickly. I have got a video on my channel where I have bought with my own money a Green Chef box and tell you all of my thoughts on that, but they are really expensive for what they are. I'm not saying don't ever get them. If you really like them and they give you inspiration, then here and there it's fine, but if you are constantly every week getting them, then you are wasting money. And I've heard that quite a lot of time things can go, you end up going in the bin because you haven't got even around to cooking them because you've ended up getting a takeaway or something in between. Making a plan, that will help you prevent yourself from going to restaurants, getting takeout and getting meal subscription boxes. And also, if you have room in your freezer or you have a chest freezer, once a month doing a batch cook of all these meals so that you can make humongous chilies, humongous bologneses, portion them up into tubs or bags, and then you just get them out of the freezer on a busy day. Number 10 is branded food. I am very much someone who tends to go for value own brand food unless I have proof that it is nicer. So I don't buy brands just for the sake of the name. I only really buy the value products. If you buy brands just because it is branded and you think it's better, I will strongly encourage you to do some blind taste tests. If at the end of those blind taste tests you realise, oh, Heinz ketchup is my favourite, I'm going to keep buying it, go for it. If you have the finances there, I'm not saying don't ever buy brands. Number 11 of something that you are very much wasting your money on is streaming services. If there is something you want to watch, say on Netflix, cancel all your other subscription services, watch what you want to on Netflix, and then when you're done with watching everything on Netflix, cancel that and start another one. You don't have to spend over £100 a month on all these subscriptions when you can spend £10 a month, £10 to £15 a month, and get one streaming service, and then when you're done with that, move on to the next. It's going to save you money, and you can't watch all of them at once anyway. This goes hand in hand. My number 12 is subscriptions. I think they said that the average amount of subscriptions someone has, if we're getting this wrong, but someone in the comments I'm sure will correct me, but it's between 7 and 11 subscriptions. Number 13 is a big one, which I'm sure if you know is coming, is clothes. Clothes, we can spend a fortune on clothes. It is so expensive, and often we already have just so many clothes in our wardrobe that we don't need them. Again, they are a want. One thing that I've gotten a lot of hate in a lot of my videos for is the amount of secondhand stuff I buy. I do only buy secondhand clothes because you know what, if I get a top from, this was from a charity shop, this was 50p from a charity shop. In a charity shop near me, there's like 50p bins. If I get a top 50p and I never wear it, what have I lost? 50p, and then I just redonate it to the charity shop. If you're buying 10, 20, 30 pounds on tops that you never wear or on clothes that you never wear, you are just wasting your money. It's bad for the environment. All of them clothes that you're getting from fast fashion are made by slaves. They're not going to last. They will only end up in landfill. So stop buying clothes, and if you do buy clothes, use that £100 a month that you were spending on clothes in shops from fast fashion. You can spend half or a third of that money and go to charity shops and buy so much more and save so much money. Better for the environment. I'm sure a lot of you are going to be feeling this next one. My number 14, after Christmas, we all know it is toys. Stop buying your kids toys. They have enough. I got a lot of crap for not getting my kids enough for Christmas, but you do not see the amount of toys that they have. Just because I have not got them much for Christmas doesn't mean they're not getting much, because they have, in our case, divorced grandparents that all get gifts, great-grandparents, and up until very recently, great-great-grandparents, as well as nieces and uncles and aunties that all get our kids gifts. You do not need to buy your kids as many toys. What we do is we circulate our toys. When the kids are bored of one, we put it up in the loft and wait for them to be like, oh, where's that toy? We'll get it back down again. Your kids have enough toys, you don't need to buy them more. Honestly, I found that my kids are a lot happier with the less toys that we have because they're less overwhelmed by it. And we still have all these toys. These toys are up in the loft. We've got loads of toys. But just the amount that are out for them. Apart from flipping Lego is the bane of my life. We have so much of it, but they love it. I will also encourage you to only buy secondhand toys as well. You can get so much more for your money buying secondhand toys. Number 15, which is one I'm very much guilty of. I'm not gonna lie, I do this. Stop wasting your money on the lottery or on scratch cards. I love them. I love a scratch card. Whenever I go to the shop and they give me my change and I've just got a random pound, I'm like, I'll have one scratch card, and I find it a lot of fun. It is, and every now and then it's fine. But if you are doing this week in and week out, day after day, I've seen people before in front of me in the queue where they've spent like £30 on scratch cards. Like, the likelihood of you actually winning is so rare. If you really love it, give yourself a bit of a budget. If you're spending a huge amount on the lottery or scratch card, say I'm only going to give myself, I don't know, £5 a month to spend on that, if you have the money to do so. So then you still get the excitement of it, but it's not so extreme that you're just buying so many. Number 16 is expensive per use items. I heard someone say somewhat recently that when you are looking to buy an expensive item, think to yourself, how many times would I have to use this item to make it £1 per use? And if you know that you are going to use the item enough times to make it under £1 per use, then okay, maybe it is worth it. So like we bought a treadmill, say it was secondhand. We spent just over £100 on it. And yeah, my husband uses it 3 or 4 times a week. I use it a couple of times a week. My kids like playing with it as well. Within a year, we are going to use it more than 100 times. So we will make our money back per use. If in a year we're only going to use it, if Joel's only ever going to use it like once a week, then no, it's not going to be worth spending that much money. I would encourage you to do this over a year, not over the huge amount of time, but you want it to, within a year, be able to use it enough times to make that price per use under £1. Number 17 and 18, they go again hand in hand. Food that you won't eat / diet food. Stop buying a big bag of lettuce or a big bag of spinach in the hopes that you are going to eat it. If you haven't eaten it however many weeks in a row, you are not going to. You can freeze it and then use it bit by bit so it will last, but food you won't eat and specific diet food that you don't like, please stop eating. Please stop buying. It just goes to waste. It's bad for the environment, bad for your pocket, and you're just wasting your money. Buy food that you know you like. If you are trying to eat more fruit and vegetables, buy the ones that you know you will eat. Granted, you can try new things. I'm all for trying new things, and if you didn't like it and it ends up in the bin that one time, don't buy it again. Stop buying diet foods that you don't enjoy, that you think will make you have the perfect body. The way you stay healthy is balance, not extreme fads of diet culture and diet foods. Stop buying things you will not eat in the hopes that you become the person that you see online. They are not you, and that is okay. You are amazing and special as you are. It's all well and good seeing these like workout gurus that look amazing and they're eating a rice cracker with all these things on that look amazing, but if you don't like them items, then you're not going to eat that. And that is okay. Changing your diet, I'm not saying don't diet, yeah, get healthy, but do it in a way that you can manage, not in these extreme fads that social media encourage you to go for. Number 19 is stop buying into trends and fads. The amount of money we waste on trying to keep up with the Joneses because the Joneses are telling us that this new trend is something that you need to jump on board with, you will save so much money if you start buying things that you like, that you know you will like for a long period of time, rather than what society is telling you you need to have now because it is a trend. Number 20, I'm annoyed that I even have to say this because they should be free to all women, but sanitary products. I have a moon cup and reusable sanitary pads. I'm looking to invest in some period pants as well. I really want some period pants. And honestly, I do believe that sanitary products should be free around the world. I feel like when you start your period, you get from the government a starter pack and it comes with a moon cup and some reusable pads and pants. I do believe that. I think it is wild that in 2025, we have to pay for something that we cannot control. It's just ridiculous when there is so much stuff, at least in England, that is given to us for free. I'm annoyed that I even have to say you're wasting money on it because I do think it should be for free. But if you can invest and buy some reusable ones, you will save money in the long run. They're a bit of an investment at the beginning. It's like £20 for a good menstrual cup, but you will very quickly get your money back on that product because they can last you over 10 years. Number 21 is things you cannot afford. If you do not have the money in cash for something, you cannot afford it, you are wasting your money on that item by getting it on credit cards, on loans. If you don't have the money for it, don't buy it. You will save money, save up for it. Number 22 is you are wasting money by not being prepared. If you are going out for the day and you know you are going to need to eat lunch, pack a lunch and bring it with you. If you know that June is a really busy and expensive month for you for birthdays, then save up money, save up a sinking fund throughout the year so that when all them birthdays come along, you have the money that you can spend on presents or going out. Once you are prepared, your finances will be doing so much better because you have prepared yourself for these occasions and you're not going to have to panic and buy and spend more money in the long run because of not being prepared. Number 23 might also ruffle some feathers, but it's skincare. I am not saying don't buy things for skincare, but I am saying, do you need as much as you are currently using? I used to, until quite recently, spend quite a lot of money a year on Tropic skincare. I often would ask for it for Christmas and birthday. It would be a few £100s a year on Tropic skincare, and I did love it. But then I was realising, I actually looked into it, and the products that I was using, I could buy so much cheaper for just buying the natural options. Oh, I'm really sorry if this has been blurry the whole flipping time. I'm gonna keep going, but I'm really sorry if it has been blurry. Just listen to me ramble while not looking. Now what I do is I buy the natural oils that were mostly in that. So I would get a anti-aging oil from Tropics that would cost me £50 and last me a couple of months. I looked and the ingredients to that was pretty much just jojoba oil and like rosehip oil. So now I just use rosehip oil on my face, and a bottle which was bigger than the other one cost me £10 and it lasts me, well, I've had it months and it's still going. Looking to make that switches from your skincare, look at what is actually in your skincare and go, can I recreate this myself for cheaper? When you find the natural oils on their own, they tend to be a lot cheaper than the markup that companies put on their amazing skincare that is going to make you look 12 for the rest of your life. You're going to age. It's going to happen. We can't delay it too much. Or it's going to cost us a bloody fortune to do so. And I don't care that much because you're going to get old. You're going to get wrinkly. I don't want to be mutton dressed as lamb, so I want to age gracefully. We'll see how that goes. Number 24. So it is January. How many of you have just signed up to the gym? The gym is a fortune. I am not saying do not go to the gym, but I am saying, A, if you are not someone who goes to the gym regularly, look to cancel your membership, or B, can you work out from home? Can what you're doing be worked out from home? Built a cabin for my husband's office and turned it into a bit of a gym. Before this, I always worked out from home. All you really need is a yoga mat, maybe a couple of weights, but you can do a huge amount from home. You don't need all of the machines that the gym have, and if you're not using it that much, please look to cancel it. It is just so much money. And 25, my last one, stop wasting money, is on impulse purchases. This is a real big one. This is where I feel like a lot of people's miscellaneous budgets and stuff goes to, and I am not immune to this either. I am definitely bought into the impulse purchases. However, ways that I try to combat the miscellaneous kind of impulse purchases is, when you want something, put it on the list. Often we see something and we go, oh, we want it, I want it now. And it's really hard to kind of go, whoa, let's just give it a minute. And what I do is when I see things and items that I really want, then I will put it on a list that I have on my phone, and I will then add it to this list and go back a few months later and go, right, or a few weeks, and if I'm still thinking about the item, then it's often that I still want it and need it, then great, I will go buy it. But if I've completely forgotten and I go look on the list, I'm like, oh, I don't want that anymore, I can get rid of it. Try and give yourself at least minimum 24 hours before purchasing that item that you've seen. Sleep on it, and often you'll wake up in the morning and go, oh, right, I didn't need that item. So that is my 25 ways you are wasting your money in 2025, and for you to stop. Whether you pick one or 25 of these options, or anywhere in between, you will notice that you're saving so much more money, and life will become easier when you cut out a lot of these options. That is everything for today, guys. I will see you in my next video, and I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know down below ways that you think people are wasting their money. I'd like to know, and things that I've forgotten, and I will see you in my next one.